Hi everyone, and welcome to the Indilinga Freight Management Systems tutorial on adding and editing accounts. Now let's just close this. First of all, accounts, as most of our documentation, is what we call a document. So to create a new one, um, you'll go File, New, Account. Okay, and first thing you'll see is that an account number is required. Now, we recommend that the account number matches exactly the account number that you have for that account in your financial software, such as Pastel or Omni or whatever. We are working on a Pastel integration, which means that we'll be able to integrate your Pastel system with IFMS. But to do that properly, it is very important that your account number in your financial software is exactly the same as the account number in IFMS. Otherwise, that will not work. So when we get there, that's going to be very important. Account creation date is simply today's date. If you've created that account earlier, you can change that. The account name, also quite straightforward. Obviously, it's the account, the name account. This alert field is an interesting one. What you can do here is, let's say you have a hold on account, or there is a specific thing you want Weibull capturers to be aware of, such as uh, this account, all Weibulls on this account are per quote. Then that is something you can enter there. And where that will show up is when you enter the account name on the Weibull, when you are creating the Weibull, this alert will appear in that drop-down list where you've entered the account uh, details, immediately telling the person capturing the Weibull, listen, there's something important that you need to be aware of, and that alert that you've entered here will show up there. I'm going to skip the rest of the rest of this for now. I'll get back to it in a minute. Next, you'll see on the bottom of the page, there are additional information tabs. Now let's go to addresses. Now here you can enter the send to or ship to or ship from. And what this is all the addresses on your Weibulls that you ship, that this account ships from and ships to. Also on the Weibull, when you're capturing the consignor details, the consignor or the consignee details, you have drop-down lists where you can autofill from. And this is where that information is stored. So let's just do as an example, file new Weibull. These details here on the left side and these details here on the right side, these addresses that you enter here are saved in this table here. So if you want, instead of recapturing the same information over and over and over again, obviously you can enter that on the Weibull, but you can also manage this from here, adding or removing default ship from and ship to addresses. Okay, the physical address is the address that you will normally use sending the PD handovers, and the address on that will be determined by this physical address that you enter here. Okay, telephone numbers for the client you can enter here. So you can say here, no, but it's a foreign cell phone, local cell phone, office, telephone number there. And again, this is synchronized to all your distributions here, all your locations, and everybody's aware of how to get into contact with the client. No more need for tweets or emails back and forth trying to figure out how to get in contact with the account holder or the client. Next, if you have specific people that you want to list details for, first name, last name, you can enter all their details there. This could be an account manager or a supplier contact details that you need to be able to get in contact with a specific person on a regular basis. You can enter all their details there. Applicable rates. Now, this is a very important one. If you have rate configuration for a specific account, it's important to pick that rate configuration on that account once the rate configuration is complete. And essentially what that does is it links the rate configuration with the account so that Weibull, you enter a specific account detail, the applicable rate will appear. I'm going to cover that in more detail when we get to rate configurations. But it's very important to understand that you need to link a rate configuration with an account for the Weibulls to cost properly according to that account's rate configuration. And that basically covers everything. Oh, let me just come back to this. Default physical address is, as we discussed earlier, with the physical address that you can enter here. So that's just physical address. The physical address that you enter there, address that you can select on this drop down here, that will tell the system that this is the address that you want on the PUD handover. Also, default ship from address. This is the address that will appear on by default on the Weibull for default address. And that's basically it.